Hello to all of you amazing people of God. My name is Debbie, and I am an anti-abuse advocate and a supporter of abuse victims. My mission is to do all I can to help, support, and bring awareness to men, women, and children about the damage and dangers of being in relationships, being involved, and trying to have healthy relationships with abusive, toxic, dysfunctional, cluster B type people. It is my goal to help guide people in living their lives free from the injuries, the damages, and possibly fatal dangers and destruction of all types of abusers. Based on my own lifetime of years of recovery, healing, and growth in my own personal healing journey from abusive, demonic, dysfunctional, cluster B type people, I have noticed a tremendous shortage of support and a shortage of places an abuse victim can go to for help, or even just to try to locate a shoulder they can cry on. This is so unacceptable, and it's not good for anyone, especially the abuse victims. It can be very dangerous for any person who is being abused not to have a safe place they can go to for support. During my time living in North Carolina, I have witnessed and I have filed so many reports over so many years about the large amount of senior citizen abuse that I have witnessed and that I have heard about. When a senior citizen is living in a helpless, weak, exposed, unguarded, unprotected position, it is putting their life in danger. They are putting themselves in danger of being exposed to attackers, which can provide an abuser with easy ways to cause harm, pain, injuries, and damage to innocent and helpless senior citizens. I have seen and I have heard about many cases of senior abuse that includes physical harm, includes robbery, includes obtaining car loans in the senior citizen's name, and includes paying for a fraudulent car loan with the senior citizen's Social Security checks. Steady love bomb influences to reap financial gains from the senior citizen's valuables. Selling the senior citizen's home and sticking them in a corner at a nursing home. Sexual violations. All types of medical doctor abuse. Doctors not prescribing the proper medications to avoid the senior citizens from having sudden heart attacks, going into diabetic comas, having strokes, or even death. Giving the senior citizen illegal drugs and alcohol so that the abusers can get along better with the senior citizens. This is extremely abusive. And the very latest senior citizen abuse that has been brought to my attention pertaining to my late father's younger sister who passed away from this earth on Sunday, October the 1st. The unauthorized cremation of a wife of 50 plus years whose senior citizen's husband was not allowed to pay, did not give his consent, did not give permission, did not have no idea what was going on with his wife remains, did not give a signature, and was not giving any empathetic, sympathetic guidance about the cremation process. When you ignore that a deceased wife has a husband of 50 plus years, when you override a senior citizen's husband's desire to have his own wife's remains to be dressed in one of her pretty outfits, with her hair and makeup styled just the way she likes it, and placed in a coffin of his pickings, and gently and lovingly placed in the ground near the remains of her father and her late mother, then this is a very loud and clear example of a very abusive senior citizen abuse case. Based on the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 19, it reads, "By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return." I have never heard of, or I have never could have ever imagined that I would be a witness to constant situations where senior citizens are being constantly abused, until I moved to North Carolina many years ago. So I must put two and two together. And I must face the reality that living around or being a member of a religious, stalking, voyeuristic, cluster B, demonic occult can be abusive. It can be deadly, and it can be fatal to your mind, body, spirit, and soul. I have been everywhere that I can think of for help with this ongoing senior citizen abuse epidemic that is happening here in Oxford, North Carolina, against God's people. But it's impossible to get help for the abused senior citizens when here in Oxford, being stalked, harassment, voyeurism, sexual assaults, all of these cruel and vicious evil acts against people's rights are not against the laws in this area, as long as you are not having a relationship with the person you are abusing. Imagine that. In the meantime, all I can do is continue to pray in the Spirit, which I do all the time. Lord, please shut down the kill, steal, and destroy agenda of the religious cluster B demonic occult bishops and their loyal, dedicated, and devoted cluster B demonic occult members here in Oxford, North Carolina. And Lord, please destroy the spiritual wickedness in high places who are sponsoring these kill, steal, and destroy occult members and leaders, and also providing them with financial support for this constant, ongoing devastation against humanity and against God's people.